First of all, y'all are two iBattle veterans.
Yeah.
You understand? Definitely two guys who I personally feel are very talented. I like both of y'all styles. You know, y'all are both direct. Y'all don't just go up there rapping like a bunch of shit that can apply to anybody. So how was it preparing for Dunch?
It was regular, man. You know what I'm saying? Like it's always different when you battling somebody that you like appreciate as a person. Like Dunch is my boy, you know what I'm saying? So you know, especially because he's iBattle, you know what I'm saying? He's always been loyal to the soil. Like, so even though me and him aren't like, we don't have like a crazy close relationship, you know what I'm saying? We've been in many rooms together. We talked many times. It's always love, you know what I'm saying? And when you got love for the brand like that, you know, that cult shit is real. Like, we really mean that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, we check up on each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, if somebody fucked up in a game, everybody coming together to make sure they straight. You know what I'm saying? Like, we like that. So, even though anybody that's not like in a, you know, like have a great relationship with each other, it's still a tight knit community. You know what I'm saying? So like that's my brother. You know, so it's always difficult preparing for somebody that you don't dislike. You know what I'm saying? Like
okay.
But that didn't really play any part in it, man. In reality, it just came down to me and my priorities and the shit that I'm doing aside from battle rap. Because I knew, like, I thought my battle was like 2.5 weeks or 3 weeks before it was the battle. So I was done. Like everything, or pretty much everything you heard was done like 3 weeks before we actually battled. So I had mad extra time to really like put it together, change the way I wanted to do it. Like, and I didn't take advantage of that time. You know what I'm saying? Like I was just focused on way too many other things. Like, so, and you know, obviously as you've seen, he came in his bag, ready, super prepared, you know, everything real crisp, you know what I'm saying? And he's also an incredible MC. So, you know, I don't fault nobody but myself for not giving myself the opportunity to win that. You know what I mean? Because like him polished is hard to beat when you're polished.
Yeah.
You know, whoever it is, it doesn't matter who it is. Me not being polished, you know, I felt like I could get through my material. But I think, you know, anybody that's a fan of mine or has seen me before could tell the difference between me being prepared and me not. I was like trying to get through my shit. Even in the first, which was my best round, and so the round that most people said I won, I was still trying to get through it. It wasn't like I was aggressive in his shit and like I usually get. So, you know, but shout out to him, man. If anybody,
you thought your first round was the best one?
I felt like they had different type of best. Like the thing with me is like I
had the second being your best one. Because that round was crazy close to me.
I'm not like a one trick pony. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of like let me give you a good example. Like Dutch, my brother, he is in a certain sense a one trick pony. You know what I'm saying? And but not really, because he could do other different things, but he's found his bag. He's found his formula. And he knows
the entertainment and the joking and all that.
Exactly. So he sticks with that, right? Like I could tell you, like Cassidy, when he battled Disaster, he stepped into a different type of bag, right? But you would call Cassidy a one-trick pony, right? You know what I'm saying? So like certain niggas find they kind of a niche and they stick with it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm all over the place. Like you can hear one of my rounds and it could be all fucking jokes. You can hear one of my rounds and it be all real life street shit, like real street. Yeah. You're like, oh, that nigga know what he's talking about. Then I could give you a round of just plain ass gun bars where anybody could have spit them, or I could give you so many different type of styles. It's like it's hard for me to always pick a round because I always try to make all my rounds a little bit different than each other. So you know, my first round was I was talking to him. I didn't really punch a lot. I didn't have many layers. I was just talking to him, but I felt like the way I was speaking, it's just like I'm a big fan. I'm an old school nigga, so I'm a big fan of facts, bro. When you could put it analytically
and you know what's crazy? I can tell that because from early, like when I first was watching you on the old iBattle, I always seen that your style, your material was always tailored for your opponent. You never had that style of just showing up with random bars. It was always you rapping facts about the opponent, you aggressive, you in their face on some talking to you type shit.
Yeah, because that's how I am in real life. You know what I'm saying? So like I always like to present different portions of myself because I'm a lot of different niggas, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a big Tupac fan. You know what I'm saying? Because I can understand his mindset.
You got the whole prep thing going on.
I ain't gonna go that far. You know what I'm saying? I'll group chat myself, nothing. But I'm a multifaceted nigga. I think different ways. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been in situations, bro, where I get into an argument about the most petty thing in the world, and I put my hands on somebody, and then the next day I'm driving to their house to apologize. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's like literally like I'm like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like my rounds are always crafted differently. So I like my first round because I felt like it was tailor made for reality. It was, you know what I'm saying? My second round had great material in it, but you know, I'm not shooting everybody in the fucking.
The first round was where you had the calling Boom a snitch and
Yeah.
the lawyer. That was a crazy angle. I really like that angle.
But see, now let me give you a good example of why preparation is so important in my personal experience and the way I do things. That was prepped for mad long, and I took time to create it. So my even my second round was like not completely nearly like done to the point where I wanted it to be, and I didn't get to get my closer off either. And then my third was like just a combination of a whole bunch of shit I put together. It was, you know, so like that's the big difference between when I'm prepared, which is like my first round, and not prepared, which is like my second and my third, which is I'm relying on pure talent and skill at that point, and like that only gets you so far. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to be focused. You got to be determined, diligent. Like, you persevere through all the shit that goes on in life and all the shit the times you don't want to write and all that. You know how it is because you're a writer. So, but you know, it's different. It's just different. You know what I'm saying? So, at the end of the day, this whole year has been very difficult for me to actually pick the pen up. And I was forcing myself throughout the year to just I don't want to go out on a bad note. I've been on a fucking decline, bullshit, and taking bullshit matches for fucking $1,000 in this town, and you know, just to get some bread or, you know, bullshit. And I'm like, yo, I can't leave this way. I can't lead a game on some fuck shit. I need to get a little, you know, I need to at least leave on a high note. You know what I'm saying? Or let niggas know that I'm passionate about this shit. So like me battling Thesaurus, me battling Kaboom, me battling Zay Smooth, all these battles I took. It took a lot out of me to focus up and actually put my best foot forward and memorize and take that time. It took a lot out of me. Like, that love doing it isn't necessarily there anymore. So it was like forcing myself. And then, you know, with the shit
do you feel like you peaked already?
I don't think I peaked talent wise. I probably peaked caring wise. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard, man.
But if you can't bring yourself to care no more, you're probably not gonna see where you can be if you're A1 on a consistent basis.
Absolutely. And like, and I've never been a nigga to cap, bro. Like, I'm just myself all the time. So like, you know, 'cause I be seeing these interviews and shit, and niggas just like make up every excuse or like act like some type of way, or you know how it is. Like, niggas have all these bravado egos and shit like that. Like, I'm just not like that, man. I'm gonna be plain and simple and honest. Like, my shit is real. This is where I am mentally. You know what I'm saying? And I got a lot of shit going on. Like, you know, in life, I'm doing very well in life. Like, I'm doing fucking great. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, and I'm also like so focused on certain shit. Like, half of this battle, like I'm only here, bruh, because I love this shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I love it. Like, that's the reason why I'm here, because I love it. I'm not here for anything else, because anything else doesn't mean shit to me. All the views I've gotten is, you know this, but I've never given a fuck about the views I've gotten. I've never given a fuck about fans or opinions of people, because them niggas is fade weather. You know what I'm saying? Niggas is quick to jump on the internet or jump on the thing and talk shit or hate on you. Like, nope. Like, nigga, I'm a grown man and I'm a whole human being. Like, you don't got love in your heart. You don't want to show love. You just want to look at every little thing and nitpick every little thing. And then in reality, I'm in these rooms with all these people, rappers and fans alike, and them niggas don't act like that in real life. You know, you jump online, you have all these funny little comments, and you see me and like, Cityy, what up, bro? Like, what up, bro?
Yeah.
What? Fuck y'all.
Trust me, I know all too well.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So like, that's like that. All that shit plays so much of a part, bro. And I wish it didn't, man. I really honestly wish I could have thicker skin, man. But I'm just not like that. You know what I mean? I get bothered by that shit. You know what I'm saying?
And you human, so it's to be expected. You feel me? So ain't nothing wrong with that. What I wanted to do was kind of start from the beginning, man, and just, you know, go through your history, because you've been in this shit for a long time. So you have a whole, you know, story and everything like that. So first off, where you get the name Cityy Towers from?
That's my real name. My name is, so when I was a kid, I used to break dance. You know, when I was like kid, when I was like fucking 5 years old till I was like 11 type shit. And I was like halfway decent. I wouldn't call myself incredible, but for a little kid, I was like really good. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I used to run around with a group, and I was the smallest one there, and they would bring me out on some like shock value shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, they'd be battling somebody, you know what I mean? Shit would get real, and they'd throw me in there and do some crazy moves that a fucking 7-year-old shouldn't know how to do. You know what I'm saying? So I would do whatever. So battling like town to town, city to city in Connecticut, you know, and, you know, obviously it's hood shit. You know what I'm saying? You in fucking Bridgeport, Norwalk, Hartford, New Haven, all these like hood cities, they started calling me Cityy. So my nickname has been Cityy since I was a little kid. That's always been my nickname from breakdancing. and then my last name is Torres, and that's my actual real last name. And Torres in Spanish, when you translate it to English, is Towers. So I
I
just
never
put
knew that.
my nickname is Cityy. From anybody that know me from the hood calls me Cityy. That's my nickname. And then Towers and Torres is the same word, just in a different language. So I just put it together because I felt city and towers associated with each other. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So how was it growing up in CT? Because I could tell you like this, before battle rap, I had no idea Connecticut had all these different hoods and it was really like valid how I know it to be now. Like I had no idea Connecticut was like that. So how was it growing up out there for you?
I mean, it was Connecticut. Like I never really experienced Connecticut until I got older and I started like fucking with it. Older, like I've been living by myself since I was 15 years old. You know what I'm saying? 16 technically. You know what I mean? Like me and my younger brother, we've been doing for ourselves since we was kids. So until I like started dating like white chicks and shit, and like going to fucking colleges and college parties and shit like that. Bridgeport was like everything in the world to me. I didn't know anything else. So I never even it's funny that you say that because I never understood the opposite. I never understood why niggas be like, from Connecticut. I never got that. You know what I'm saying? And mind you, my city is in between two like very white towns. Like Trumbull and Stratford is right next to my city, but I never stepped out my city. I was just in the east side of my city. You know what I'm saying? Especially because my OG would tell me like, yo, don't go to the west, don't go to the north, because we have problems with people. Even though they might not have been my problems, they know who you are. You know what I'm saying? Like you're this nigga's cousin, you're this nigga's brother, you're this nigga's son. So at the end of the day, if you catch yourself over there and you're not with nobody and they see you, then they know what's up. You know what I'm saying? So I always kept it hometown anyway. So but I mean, my shit was like, it was like a weird experience, man, because my whole family's from Puerto Rico, but I'm not. So I grew up around all black people in my hood. That's where, you know, since I was born, I grew up around one set of like people in my hood. So like I grew up away from my family because I never been super duper close to them. So I grew up like away from my family. So I have like nothing, because you know how that shit is. Like, and I talk about this shit all the time. Like black people and especially Puerto Rican, they have like this weird hatred towards each other for some reason. So like all my friends were black, and then I couldn't really bring my friends around because niggas would be like funny around my friends, or like or vice versa. You know what I'm saying? So like, you know, I bring my cousin around and they only talk Spanish, and my friends are making fun of my cousin for an hour straight, and my cousin's not no bitch ass nigga. And he's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck these niggas?
Oh, okay.
So it was like this weird beef that I always had, and you know, since I wasn't super close to my family, like I stuck to my friends. You know what I'm saying? Like that was like my family. You know what I'm saying? You know how that shit goes when you around a whole bunch of niggas, little kids and shit. It just, you know, 15 niggas turn into 12 niggas, and 12 niggas turn into 8 niggas, and 8 niggas turn into 4. And but you know what I'm saying? Until you start seeing that nigga was a snitch, and that nigga was a bitch ass nigga, and that nigga realized that he wasn't built like that, so he left, and that nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like that type of stuff. So really, that's how I came up, man. You know what I'm saying? Just fighting all the time. I was always a loud ass little nigga. So, you know, and I was dirty because, you know, my family ain't had no bread or nothing. So it wasn't like I was in nice shoes or that. I was always no haircut, dirty ass nigga, backflipping off shit. You know what I'm saying? I would get into, you know, trouble all the time, getting into fights and shit. And you know what I'm saying? Like, I had to earn my respect from everywhere I was at, because these niggas is from the land. You know what I'm saying? My family came here, and these niggas have been from the 80s, the 70s, all Bridgeport families back to back. You know, they grew up there. They family grew up there. You know what I'm saying? So it was like you had to gain your respect.
Okay. So before because I want to ask you, you know, how you got into battle rap, but before I ask that, right, in terms of growing up, did you grow up with anybody that we know in battle rap today that's from CT?
I'll think long and hard of that question. It depends on how you define grow up, I guess. Like from like little kids, nah. You know, and like little kids outside, nah, because there ain't really nobody from Bridgeport specifically that really did big in battle rap except for QB, and QB is a couple years older than me, so I know who QB is. I knew we went to school together, but she was like older than me. You know what I'm saying? So I never interacted with her or anything like that. But like considerably older than me when you talk about school. Three grades older than you is a lot.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It definitely is.
So I didn't know her like that, and plus she was from the East End, which is like a lot of the bad like elementary schools and middle schools in my hood is in the East End, and I'm from the East Side. I just happened to move to the East End when I was like in like 7th grade type shit. You know what I'm saying? So like. So, or 6th grade or some shit like that. So, So I knew who she was or whatever. Not even from rap, just from the street. You know what I'm saying? Just like knowing other people and shit. But you know, King Bunzy, I knew King Bunzy for a very long time. You know what I'm saying? That's
Okay.
the drunk at RBE that day. That's what he's known for right now. But that's not what he's known for generally. But that, you know, but King Bunzy, I was around him for a while. Bangs, I was around Bangs for a while. Q the General. You know what I'm saying? All these niggas I know for, you know, probably 10 years. You know what I'm saying? But not that I grew up with them.
Okay. So when do you first get exposed to battle rap?
Before iBattle existed, it was Connecticut Battle League, and Connecticut Battle League was Logic and a nigga named Trey Riddle, and it was like pretty much all white people. And when hood niggas, or like niggas in general, I wouldn't say hood niggas because that's a stretch, but when niggas in general jumped into it and started battling, I was watching this whole shit unfold, and I'm like, this is a terrible representation of Connecticut. Like, this is not what is actually outside. Like, you know what I'm saying? These niggas is like looking silly, like, you know. But that was tucking it to myself. At that point, I had a manager, you know what I'm saying? I had a budget. I was in studios constantly, you know what I'm saying? So that wasn't really my focus. And then of all people, Theory Truth reached out to me.
Shout
And
out to Theory, that's my guy.
yeah, I mean, you know, shout out to Theory. So, you know, he reached out to me out of all people, from a can of paint. I didn't know him for anything, and he reached out and was like, "Yo, I seen this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? You be rapping and shit. Like, you know, you shit's kind of dope. You should fuck with, you know, this battle shit, whatever." And I reached out to Logic, like, yo, listen, you know, why not? You know, let me get a battle or whatever. And then I battled Greedy Grimes in my debut. And if you ever watched my debut, it's actually funny because I'm not aggressive at all. I came into the game wanting to be like laid back because I've always been aggressive my whole life. And I was like, yo, I really want to come into this shit like cool, calm, collected. Like, I don't want to be over here acting, because that shit's never really got me nowhere. I just got into a lot of trouble. So I try to be cool. And then, you know, if you ever watch Greedy Grime rap, that motherfucker aggressive as shit. You know what I mean? So I'm sitting here trying to be the cool guy, and he's like, "Yo, I'm gonna fucking kill you." This time, you know what I mean, bugging out on me, and I'm like, "Oh no, I gotta switch the approach up, man. This is too much." You know, but we had a hell of a battle, and like, you know, pretty much it was a consensus. Like, yo, lyrically, Cityy, you know, beat his ass, but energy wise, Greedy beat his ass. So it was a hell of a battle, like, you know what I'm saying? And it was that, you know how that shit feels, that adrenaline.
Yeah.
I've been battling my whole life, man. I battled in front of, you know, schools and barbershops, like lunch tables with, you know what I'm saying, the pounds and the knuckles on the, you know what I mean, on beats, off beats. I battled at fucking Puerto Rican parades, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've battled 100 times before I actually stepped in the ring in this type of format. You know what I'm saying? Most of those battles was freestyle battles, but so it was not necessarily nothing new or nothing, but my first actual, you know, battle and how I got into this, technically, it was because of Theory.
Wow. Okay. So for the first chunk of your, I want to say, battle career, like, you spent it on iBattle.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. I was like, if you watch, like, I only battled 2 people from Connecticut ever. If you look at my history, like, you know what I'm saying, I only battled, and I have almost 40 battles. I only battled 2 people from Connecticut ever, which was Greedy in my debut, and Dorico, which is like one of the first times I went viral, which is when I pulled out the shirt with the Dunkin' Donuts shit. I don't know if you ever peeped it, but
I don't think I seen that one.
yeah, I pulled out a shirt with the, you know, I said something like, you know, you said you, I said, you probably work at Subway in the back munching cold cuts. Now you said you fight for a living, nigga. You work at Dunkin' Donuts. What? Oh, you think that's a punchline? Nah, this nigga work at Dunkin' Donuts. I took my shirt off, and under my shirt I had a shirt with a picture of him working at Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh wow! How'd you find that?
A chick just DM'd me randomly, man, and was like, "Yo, you know, he has this picture like on Facebook, like this nigga, like, oh, he works like at Dunkin' Donuts, but I wasn't friends with him or nothing like that." So she pulled it up, hit me, you know how bitches is, and they grimy, like, so she let me know on some random shit. I never spoke to her before that. I don't think I ever spoke to her after that. She just like told me. And I saw whatever. I did a little bit of research after that, and then found out it was true or whatever. So I put it on the shirt and said, you know, it's funny you ain't see that. I was like, dead man in an apron, cheese, eggs, and bacon. You know, I don't know for a little while. Yeah. So, but yeah. So that's So aside from that, like those two niggas from Connecticut, like, I came in at like the perfect spot of iBattle, because it was like right when shit was getting big. Like, it's right when YouTube was really blowing up, niggas was getting crazy views, and more casual fans was becoming real fans of this shit. Like, it started getting bigger. So the league and I grew together. I assisted the league in growing, and the league assisted me in growing. You know what I'm saying? So like me and back and be like, yo, what's the next move? Like, you know what I'm saying? What are we going to do next to make the buzz go like this? So he started getting me out of town dudes, niggas from like Baltimore, niggas from, you know, wherever he could get, like linking up with other leagues, New York, you know what I'm saying? And putting me in front of different competition. And then I battled Lex. And at that point, Lex was like New York's hitter, man. He would just come over here and fuck us up. You know what I'm saying? He was really taking out like a lot of different higher tier battlers in our league. You know what I'm saying? He would just come through, smoke a nigga that was smoking everybody in our roster, and then just back home. Like, yeah, that was the reality of it. So when me and Lex battled, it was like, all right, is this gonna be the nigga to finally beat him, or is he just gonna smoke another nigga that's coming up? You know what I'm saying? And then we had a hell of a battle. You know what I'm saying? It was a really big deal at the time, and it was on the same card, Nestle and Thesaurus battle. So it was like, you know, JC and Blackheart battle on that card. Like, it was like big names on we had battle of the night that night. So it was like a very impactful moment. You know, that's how I got the shot to battle Bricks Belvy from the Bricks Belvy battle. That's how I got the shot to battle Daylight. You know what I'm saying? And at that time, that's when I really, really, really loved the shit. Like, I was really in it. I felt like I was like part of the league. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was really like some home team shit. And then for multiple reasons, man, a lot of this shit was politics. You know what I'm saying? Like, it got to the point where it didn't matter who I was or how big I was and how important I was to the league. Like, niggas wanted me to, like, the best way I could say it is niggas wanted me to behave myself. You know what I'm saying? But like, I don't do that well. You know what I mean? Like, I don't do that well.
All right. So before we jump, because I feel like we did skip over a couple of things. The presidential dubs battle.
Yeah.
That was, I think that might have been, because that was before the Daylight battle, right?
I want to say yes. Yes, I'm pretty sure it was.
Okay. That, I think, was my first time seeing you. And I don't know if maybe I might have seen like a clip floating around. It seemed like it was some drama, some tension, and I don't know the whole story. So what was that whole thing about?
All right, so before I even get into it, the first thing I'm going to say is I reached out to Steams more like recently, like maybe like a year and a half ago, you know, because me and Steams have built a relationship, or at least rapport. And I reached out to Steams on a random day because I was thinking about a lot of stuff. And I was like, yo, man, can you get Prezi on the phone? You know what I'm saying? I would like to talk to him. Like, you know what I'm saying? I told him, like, look, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, bro, you know, we was kids. We was both rowdy. And that shit went a little farther than it needed to go. And that's why I let you know I don't hold nothing against you. And he was like, God, bro, I never held nothing against you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I never like felt that way in that situation. It was just the tension back and forth type shit, you know, whatever. So shout out to President, shout out to Steams. We passed that shit. So that's the first thing I'm gonna say, because you know what I mean. The way I always tell the story, and I'm gonna continue to tell the story because it's the real story. It's not about nobody being tough or nobody being a hero. It's just what happened, you know what I'm saying? And we've gotten past that, and I was the one that reached out about it, you know what I'm saying? So I just want to put that out there before.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? But you know, it was just regular kid shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? We got locked in the battle. He jumped on the iBattle page, you know, promoing the battle, saying he was gonna kill me, this, that, and the third. And the way he was saying it was just a little extra, in my opinion. He was saying things like, fuck this bitch ass nigga. When I see him, I'ma smack him type of shit. You know what I mean? So I've always said, like, in a battle, you can say whatever the fuck you want. Even maybe on battle day, you could talk crazy, you know what I'm saying? But like outside of that, I don't even give a fuck if it's the internet or it's an interview. If you say it, stand behind it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's real life at that point. It's not in the battle. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of these fans will watch this shit and be like, oh, he was disrespecting this nigga. They're not gonna take it as battle rap, right? So I'm not gonna take it. So, you know, I was just like, you know, and I was probably popping shit because I don't remember clearly, but I remember clearly saying,
I could definitely see you popping shit. Y'all two back and forth because y'all are both hotheads. So
yeah, I can assume that I was probably going back, but I remember it all crescendoing into me saying, like, yo, like, just remember everything you're saying right now is real life. Like, just remember that shit. Like, this is not the internet to me. This is real life. So they took wild long to pull up. So I didn't think they was gonna pull up. And I'm in the parking lot with, I probably got 25 people with me. And you know, we drinking, chilling, regular shit. And then my nigga Fat Joe, shout out Fat Joe from New Haven, he walks to the parking lot. He's like, yo, Cityy, these niggas just pulled up. So now I run across the parking lot like you know, bat out of hell. And my niggas wasn't even like in the position to do that. Niggas had bottles in hands. You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas is like trying to shit back in the car, lock the car, turn the car off, turn the music, you know, all that type of shit. So I run ASAP, right? So then I get to the club, and we was at Waterbury. I get to the club, I get inside, I'm looking around like, where he at? And I know security. So I'm looking at security, like, yo, you seen a nigga the security? Like, yo, he's over there. You know what I'm saying? So I walk into the back, and in the back there's like a little chill area, it's a small ass chill area, and I see Steams, Eclipse to God, Presidential Dubs, everybody that was standing behind him in the battle, whoever the fuck was standing behind him in that battle, I see all of them. You know what I'm saying? So by chance, Dubs is like right in front of me, but his back is to me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like on a step, because we use step down to get outside. So like I'm like slightly, he not a big nigga, but I'm small. You feel me? Like, so I'm like slightly taller than him by standing on the step. You know what I mean? So I'm like, yo, what up, nigga? Like behind his ear type shit. Like, what up, nigga? We pussy, nigga. What's up? You know what I'm saying? And the nigga turn around, like, like any nigga would, like turn around, like, oh, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, oh shit. He started laughing. So I'm assuming he thought I was joking. You know what I'm saying? So he started laughing, whatever. So I start getting crazy. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, nah, bitch ass nigga, that I'm going all types of wild. Like, so like he take a step back, like looking at me like, oh, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? So Steam steps in between us, and he's like, yo, chill. You know how Steam is. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Yo, chill the fuck out. Like, you know what I'm saying? You bugging, but I'm like, nah, fuck all that shit, nigga. I'm on 10. You know what I'm saying? I'm on fucking 12. I'm bugging out. You know what I mean? At this point, NASDAQ Ness is behind me. Security's behind me. Fat Joe's behind me. My niggas haven't even pulled up yet. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I'm on 12, going on type of crazy. The nigga that was in that little...
Oh, damn. Lost him. We're going to get him back. It was a second. Give us a second. Oh, all right. Here we go.
Yo.
Yeah, you there. Yep.
Yeah, all right, my bad. So the nigga that was in the Pico little drink behind him, he started getting crazy with me. You know what I'm saying? Whatever that's, so we start barking back and forth. Steam's like, yo, what the fuck? Shut the fuck up, y'all niggas wildin', man. Chill out. Like start getting crazy, whatever. And I just felt like the situation was going nowhere, because I was like, I'm on 12, bro. I'm like, what's up? Let's go over there. You know what I mean? Like, I felt like it was going nowhere. So I'm like, hold on. You want to fight or you want to rap? You know what I'm saying? And Presidential Dove's like, nigga, I ain't ride the fucking train. Get all the fuck over here. I came here to rap, nigga. Like, what you mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? And I said, all right, bet we gonna rap then. And I walked inside. You know what I'm saying? So before anything happened, before we battled, it was already super tense. That's why when you see the battle turn on, you already see me on fucking, I'm wilding already. I'm swaying back and forth. I'm like,
yeah, I remember when I watched the battle, the tension was like right out the gate.
Looking at nigga, I want to eat him alive, because like, in my head, like, nigga, I just asked you to fight. You hear me? You hear me? Yeah. So in my head, you know what I'm saying, in my, being immature, I was like, nigga, I just asked you for smoke. Nigga, you ain't want no smoke. Nigga, you want to fuck this battle, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Type of time. So that's why I was so like up and angry. And so like the whole situation in the middle of the battle where, and everybody gave me a shitload of slack for it. I just felt like in the moment, he was like lightly touching my shirt. You know what I'm saying? Like barely touching my shirt. And I was just, and it happened like 3 or 4 times. And I'm like, bro, like I was just outside. Like before this happened, I was just outside with you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Why are you touching me at all? You know what I'm saying? I'm still giving you enough respect to not touch you. Like as angry as I am, and as much as I'm fucking all the way there, I'm in your face and I'm like this, but I'm like this. I'm not touching you. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not going. So him touching me bothered me so much that in the middle of the shit, I was just like, fuck this shit. Come outside with me. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, bro, it was just, being immature and just being upset about something that really held no value, because it's just words. Like, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's just a nigga saying whatever he felt like saying to promo a battle. And that's why years later, I felt the need to reach out and be like, yo, just to let you know, like my older and more mature self realizes that all that shit was mad stupid anyway. You know what I'm saying? So don't think I hold any bad anything towards you. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't like that. It's extra for no reason.
Okay. So, one of the next big moments you had, obviously, the daylight battle. What was that whole thing about? Like, I know he did the weird shit. Was he like sniffing you or something like that? And then the whole thing.
Watch that. So it's very simple, man. If you watch that battle before any of this happened, before all that shit that everybody talk about happened, he goes outside for a second. If you remember that battle, he walks outside and starts like pantomiming or some shit like behind. Anyway, that the significance of that is there was 2 humongous windows. If you know where we were downtown New Haven. Downtown New Haven is constantly swarming with cops because it's like New Haven is a wild town. Like just look up New Haven, Connecticut. It's a wild fucking place.
Yeah. Oh, don't trust me. I'm very aware now.
Yeah. New Haven is a wild place. And on top of that, this is like where there's mad bars, There's mad, like, you know, nightlife. It's like downtown New Haven is a shit ton of
like some Times Square type shit almost.
Nightlife, you know what I'm saying? And New Haven's incredibly eclectic. So you might see a group of yeah, like you might see some hood niggas, and then you'll see some fucking Yale students and some, you know what I mean? Like it's very eclectic. So the cops is constantly circling. So now he walked outside, he does a little pantomime shit. In that moment, there's nobody outside. When the altercation actually took place, if you want to call it an altercation, the police were right outside the window. You know what I'm saying? So there was cops right outside the window when that shit happened. Which is why, if you notice, it got diffused so quickly. Everything stopped immediately. Like everybody stopped. The only nigga that was wilding really was the tall nigga Daylight. The tall nigga was ready to like rumble through everyone. You know what I'm saying? Aside from that, everybody stood calm. You see what I'm saying? Okay. So because there was police outside the window. And so niggas wasn't trying to get the venue shut down. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
So that's the reality of the situation. Aside from the second reality, which is if you just watch the footage, you will see very clearly my man's put his hand on Daylight's neck and choke him against the wall, and Daylight do it right back to him. That's exactly what happened. You can just watch it on fucking footage. Daylight didn't mean to, because you know me and Devon have spoken about this. So he didn't mean to do nothing. He just tripped. This is all on camera. You don't have to listen to me. He tripped over some camera equipment. You know what I'm saying? And when he was gonna go, which if you watch this third round, he did do it. He wanted to tell Suspense he appreciated him for allowing Active to go and do his rounds and not be corny and like ruin the battle and walk away or fuck up the footage. Like he just stood there like a man, let Active, even though Suspense was choking. You know what I'm saying? So he wanted to give Suspense love for that. Like, yo, nobody fucks with Active. Nobody gives Active a shot. You know what I'm saying? To be great. And he is great. And I appreciate you for allowing that to happen. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
what his end game was. But we didn't know that because it's fucking Daylight. And the nigga gets naked and shits on stages and shit. You know what I'm saying? So in that situation, when he got to Suspense was already like on some like, nigga, get the fuck away from me. The nigga trips over the fucking camera equipment. He grabs Suspense. Suspense grabs him by the throat. He tries to grab Suspense by the throat back. His mans runs across the room. Everybody immediately is like, yo, chill. Because the police is right outside the window. You see?
Okay. So it's kind of a situation where it's like he wasn't going to do no bullshit. He was just like getting close to him. And when he tripped, it made it seem like he was coming off aggressive.
If you watch the actual battle and you watch it back and listen to my explanation of this and watch what happens, then you will be like, oh, I get what he's trying to say. But the reason why I don't jump on interviews and the reason number one is I don't have to explain myself. Like,
definitely.
To anybody at any moment, you know what I'm saying? But like Daylight has an army of fans, bro. So like, what am I looking like jumping on interviews and being like, nah, that's not how it went down. Like, listen,
yeah.
Daylight knows exactly what the fuck is up. And I can tell you that from the bottom of my heart. He knows exactly what the fuck is up because he knows no matter what, I don't have to explain myself. He knows what the fuck is good. So why am I worried about what the world says? You know what I'm saying? Like, you niggas sit on your couch eating Tostitos talking about, oh, Daylight sniffed this nigga on the neck, he soft. Like, I respect a nigga that comes to me and asks me in my face about it or tries to get tough with me because he think I'm soft because of a situation like that. Like, I respect that nigga. You know what I'm saying? And he'll get to him. And me and him could run the one and he could see how soft I am. But else about it,
they ain't doing that, City.
yeah, no, but that's the reality. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I look at it. Like, if you tough, if you really, really tough, bro, bring that shit up when I'm around. Don't bring that shit up on the internet. Like, this shit corny to me. But, shout out to Daylight, shout out to Suspense, my brother. You know what I'm saying? And none of that shit was nothing because if it was something, it would have been something.
Yeah. Okay. So, around this time is when do you get your PG call?
I got the PG call. I wish I would have never answered that call, man. That was the worst mistake I ever made, man. I guarantee you, man, there was so many reasons I can explain why that was the worst mistake I ever made, man. And I'm true to the game, bro. I break dance, I DJ, I graffiti. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm true to the game. So sometimes I forget that not everybody's like that. You know what I'm saying? I have been in contact with Norbs plenty of times before this. And just regular conversations about random shit. I seen him in rooms. You know what I'm saying? Like, nothing crazy. Like, I'm not gonna slander him or say that he did anything wrong exactly. But when I got the call for the PG, I was told I had 90-second rounds. And my ass gave you 90-second rounds. If you time my shit, I gave you 90-second rounds. I'm not a URL nigga. Like, I don't watch URL like that. I watch old smack. You know what I'm saying? At that point, that was like the newer generation where PG was really picking up, and like the life of URL was completely different from what I remembered it as. So, and also battle rap was like time limits were like important at that period in time.
Yeah,
but
they
they
definitely
weren't
were.
URL though. You know what I'm saying? Like in URL, you could, but I wasn't aware of that necessarily, which is my fault. But you know, so I gave you 90-second rounds. So all my rounds were 90 seconds. So that's the first and foremost. Like, and then the second of all was I met my cousin there that day, man, and he was fucking shit face wasted, man, like shit face wasted. Which if you watch the battle, I mean, you'll see him behind me wilding, and you'll see me
Oh,
stop.
that's the one that was reacting all crazy and
Yeah.
okay.
So you know, and then you know, this is before me and Prez had not had you know, this after me and Prezi had the whole little quarrel happen in the spot. So Prezi was there with like 7 niggas, and I ain't know what type of time he was on. I had a battle that day, so I'm like, I bet we might get it shaken today. You know what I'm saying? Like I just when I get there and I see that he's there and he's with, I'm like, all right, mind you, after me and Prezi had that situation, I went to the very next We Go Hard event. The very hard event, I went to that with Q the General because Q had a battle that day. So you know when I saw he had a battle, I'm like, oh, bet I'm pulling up. You know what I'm saying? Like just to make sure we all good. You know what I'm pulling up. So you know I pulled up. You know that's my man's. Like you know what I mean. I got a problem with somebody in that league. I'm not gonna leave you over there without me being there. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm the one that caused the problem. So if it's gonna be a problem, I'm gonna take that. I'm not gonna give that to you. You know what I'm saying? So I went with him. Not no tough shit. Nothing extra. We just went to the spot. Nigga battled. You know what I'm saying? We dipped out. Was nothing crazy, but that's what happened. So I'm thinking next time it might be something because you know what I'm saying. So and nothing happened or nothing. You know what I'm saying. Everybody kept it real solid, but that was in my mind. That's the first thing that's in my mind. And when I get there, this nigga is wasted drunk, like gone. Which is why he was like, "Woo!" for everything I said, bugging the fuck out. This is why if you watch the third round of that battle, you won't see him on stage. He got kicked off the stage. You know. So little things like that, like or if you watch that battle too, it's not one big recording. They were cutting off the camera after each round, which I think they used to do all the time in the PGs. Or if they still do that, but they would cut off the time. You know what I'm saying? Oh, and then they would like give it a quick second, and then they would run it back. You know what I'm saying? Bring the footage back in. So in the interim of a round, T-Top actually jumped off the stage. You know, Briz Rothstein was like wilding out, going crazy because my cousin was barking on him, like disrespectful, being an asshole for no reason though. Like they ain't do him. Like he was just drunk as shit, wilding out. Which is if you watch in the middle of my second round, I'm like, yo, cuz chill. Literally in the middle of a line, I'm like, yo, cuz chill. And then I get back into my round, like, cause he was bugging the fuck out. So it was a cultivation of me not being focused because I was babysitting. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, in the third round, the reason why this shit got so crazy was because he started wilding. And I stopped and I'm like, fuck this battle. I'm not finishing this battle because they kicked him off the stage and he was drunk as shit. And everybody was like booing him and shit. So I thought, you know, if I'm on this stage, I don't know what's going on with him for like 10 minutes. And he's wasting. You know what I'm saying?
Anything could happen at that point.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, fuck all this. Fuck this shit. Fuck URL battles and fuck it all. I know how big this is for me right now. I know the opportunity I'm wasting. But fuck it. I don't even care. It's my cousin. You know what I'm saying? So
definitely.
Debo actually grabbed me like this by the arm, Debo, and was like, Cityy, I promise you ain't nothing gonna happen to him. And he gave me this gangster ass look that was like, I believed him. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know,
that's Debo for you.
Yeah, grabbed me by my arm because I was like wilding on the stage. You know what I'm saying? There's like where we was at, there's like a set of stairs, and I'm like trying to get down the stairs, like, nah, move the fuck out the way. I'm like bugging on niggas and shit. I'm bugging on the crowd. I'm literally screaming on the crowd at this point. Like, I'm like, nah, fuck out of here, nigga. Ain't nobody touching my car. I swear to God, nigga. I'm like all on 10. And this nigga just stopped me in my tracks, like, boom. It's like, yo, I promise you ain't nobody gonna touch you. You fucking up your opportunity. Just finish your battle. You know what I'm saying? Da-da-da. I look at him like, and I looked at him in his face, and I knew he was being honest. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, all right, bet. All right, cool. He's gonna be good. All right, I'll finish the battle. Got one round left. Let me get through this shit and get the fuck off the stage and find him. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why I feel like that was the worst fucking thing I could have done, because you're back to T-Top. And at that time, I didn't know that T-Top. Nobody knew what T-Top was gonna become. Nobody knew that, but he was still that same T-Top in that room. We just didn't know that yet. So you battling one of the greatest people that's gonna come in the next 5-10 years with 3 perfectly prepared rounds with an incredibly perfectly catered URL style, when you are not a URL style nigga, you a lyricist. You do things a lot different than they do on URL stage with short rounds, with your cousin drunk as well. Like it was like everything went wrong that day, bro. You know what I'm saying? So like that's why.
Wasn't there a partner battle with T-Top? I want to say he kind of got a little aggressive with you.
Nah. It actually looked a lot better on the camera, or worse on the camera. Which I was like, fuck. You know what I mean? Like it looks, because he did like a little belly flop, like he like put his belly into me type of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And when he did that, I put my hand on his belly. You know what I mean? Like kind of because it was like there. You know what I'm saying? And I was also like fresh off of like the presidential dub shit. I was fresh off, like I already knew niggas didn't like me, or like my like.
So you still in mode kind of.
I was just trying to not be the nigga that every time he has a fucking battle, he has an issue where he's trying to tell somebody come up. So like it was like an awkward moment for me, because when I saw the tape, I'm like, fuck, I would have been way more angry if what it looked like was what really happened. He barely
because the camera could make some shit look completely different than when you actually there.
Bro. Like. It really looked like he like went into me, you know what I'm saying? But he didn't. Like, you know, I'm a small dude, bro. Like he's not a small dude. So I would have moved a lot more if he would have actually bumped me crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't. Yeah. My feet still planted. Just watch the tape. I didn't even move my feet. It was like a little light brush or whatever, and I put my hand on his stomach because it was close enough to touch me to bother me, but not close enough for me to turn up about. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't say he got aggressive with me. You know what I mean? I would say that he definitely came off with one though. You know what I mean? It's like when a shotgun shug, you know, pocket tapped him or pocket checks people in general. Like, yeah, I mean, you're not really doing anything, but it look great though. You know,
on camera, it gives that aesthetic kind of like.
He's not even tapping your pockets. He's like kind of going like this over your pants. You know what I mean? But it looked good. You know what I'm saying? So like it's the kind of same type of concept.
Okay. So what year does iBattle kind of fold for a little bit, and Logic kind of is on some I'm about to hang it up type shit?
I can't tell you the exact year, but I knew it was a long time coming, because me and Logic had like many conversations. Like I told you, like we built the league together, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that to take any credit, because he did a lot more than me. I just rapped. You know what I'm saying? But as far as my career goes, and my career assisting in the elevation of iBattle in that time period, we did that together. And that was all calculated moves. So there were certain conversations that we were having that, you know that Chadwick interview where he's like, I'm dead. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like there was like conversations like that where he would say certain shit that I would be like, damn, like, you know, like it sounded like he's not in this shit. Like it sounded like he about to try to, leave this shit or whatever. And then one random he told me like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, I'm thinking about selling this shit. Blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? So like it was a long time coming. You know, his health was declining for a while. He had a lot of allies that, fucked him over. Or problem with Logic is Logic has too big of a heart, man.
Okay.
And he has much too big of a heart, bro. He wants to be, good with everybody and do right by everybody, and and that's a beautiful thing, but it's also horrible in business, because you know how niggas is, they take advantage of that shit. Like you see Lex will jump on a live and crucify a nigga. Lex will be like, fuck that bitch ass nigga. You never come in iBattle again. You know what I'm saying? Like that wasn't Logic style. Logic will see somebody do something that, fucked up and be like, all right, bro, now I know how to move with him. You know what I'm saying? But he'll see him and be like, yo, what's up, bro? Da-da-da, and still keep a relationship and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of that was just like business kind of people turning on him, cultivating and his actual health. You know what I'm saying? So there couldn't have been anybody in the world that have took it over and done what Lex did, or bring it to the level that Lex has brought it to. Not only because of who Lex is as a person and where he comes from and what his network looks like, but because of how much he actually cares about the culture and how much he cares about that brand specifically. You know what I'm saying? So I'm super happy that Lex took it over. When he took it over, we had plenty of conversations, and I never wanted to be the guy that was like, all right, Lex, make me the star. You know what I'm saying? I never wanted to be that. Like I always wanted it to be a new thing. You know what I'm saying? It always deserved to be a new thing. That's why if you see, I don't really battle. I battle a lot, and I don't take like their roster either. Like I battled Thesaurus last time I battled out there. I battled Tycoon Tax before that. Like people from out, I'll give you a good classic matchup, and I'll battle somebody that's of note and give you some, some views, give somebody something to speak about or something that's dope. But I don't have any intention on trying to take any spotlight from everything that they're doing, everything that they've built or were building when it initially happened. In turn, you know what I'm saying? I don't say this shit for nothing because I never mentioned it, but I do things in the back end to make sure shit's straight. You know what I'm saying? Whatever
Okay.
that may be, like whatever that entails. Sometimes it's just making sure that MC got a ride to the airport. Sometimes it's a couple dollars for something, or you know, giving away some subscriptions, or you know, to the app to see, you know, niggas like the content and end up subscribing themselves, or whatever it is, like little shit, you know, whatever I could possibly think of, or whatever I could do, or whatever Lex asks of me. You know what I'm saying? I try to look at it that way because I love the brand.
Yeah.
You know? And so I
So
love
why you don't think about becoming like official like staff or something like that?
Lex asked me that, you know what I'm saying? But like, it's the best way I can say this, man. It just goes back to me being how I am, bro. Like I'm so many different. I'm a different shade on every day, man. I can't guarantee
You don't
you.
want to just be confined to one thing.
I can't do anything reliable, man. Like I can't do that. That's not how I'm moving too fast at all times.
Yeah.
I'm always running. I'm always doing this and that and this and that and this and that. You know what I'm saying? Like constantly.
Look,
So
that's the same way I move. So I know league
yeah,
owner, cameraman, blogger, a little bit of everything. So
like I'm always running, man. I'm always running. So like I don't like to commit to something I can't 100% tell you I'm gonna be able to take care of. Like one thing about
like on
me
some long-term type shit.
yeah, if I say something, I mean this shit. Like I'm a man of my word. So like I didn't want to commit to being like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna be staff and I'm gonna do this and this will be my task and this will be my job. And then later on be like, yo, bro, I can't do this for this month or for this whatever. I got this
Yeah,
going.
because you got XYZ going on.
Yeah,
Okay.
like you know what I'm saying, like I've never been that way. So I just told him like, yo, I appreciate it. You reaching out, I appreciate you. You know what I mean? He always told me like, yo, bro, if you into that, if you want to fade into the back anyway, like fade into the back as the OG. You know what I'm saying? Be staff and be, you know what I'm saying? Teach these niggas and whatever. And I hear them, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, I don't want to commit to nothing. So what I just try to do is when I can, how I can, when I can. You know,
Like a case by case basis. Like when you need it, you show up, and
yeah,
you
like
don't want to have to be tied to that particular duty for long-term type shit.
Exactly. 100%.
Okay. I get that. So how did you first get on King of the Dot?
First time I got on King of the Dot was I don't even remember when the first battle I was that I got on King of the Dot. I got on King of the Dot because honestly I think it was because I kept talking shit, because I kept being on the King of the Dot page saying like y'all niggas is fucking hating or something. You know what I mean? Like I kind of remember just always being like y'all niggas ain't booking nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all niggas is booking all these fucking.
I see you got a bunch on the GZ channel. Was Cityy P your first one?
Cityy P was my first
GZ.
Yeah, that was day one at a blackout, I believe.
World Domination.
World Down, yeah, World Down. Yeah. So
World
that
Down 5
might have been the first time I went out there. Yeah, it might have been. Because I battled him before I battled Joey Gambello. So
yeah, because Joey Gambello was 4 years ago. Cityy P is 6.
Yeah. So Cityy might have been the first time, and that was when Cityy first came on the scene. You know, he didn't battles yet, and if you look at that card was full of bullshit. It was like a horrible card. So I don't know if those cases where it was like, yeah, we just need somebody in this. I know this.
What was this one of those where it'd be like World Domination be like 3 days, and the third day is like it's like battles mixed with like meet and greets and shit like that?
Yes, but our shit wasn't really like that, you know. But yes, absolutely, this was like a day 3 after the whole main event shit happened. Because like a perfect case, funny story, man. The day before that, I actually got arrested, and yeah, I threw somebody over a bush, and Wheezy, who's the owner of Beast Mode, actually ran up to the cop that arrested me and wigged on him and was like, let him go. And the nigga really let me go. That's a true story.
Oh, wow.
He wigged on him, telling him like, I'm an artist from America. Like I didn't have anything to do with the situation. The dude that I hit or like I put hands on was drunk as fuck. He was spilling drinks all over people. He was wilding out. That I was in the right. I wasn't being aggressive. I wasn't doing nothing. I just got, you know, he like, cause at the moment, my nigga Q and the dude were arguing, and the dude was like in Q's face. And Q is a real ass nigga. I love that nigga to death. He was like, bro, you're mad drunk. Like, you know, he didn't want to hit him. Like, he's like, you know what I'm saying? Q hasn't seen you. Q will fuck this nigga up. It's like really simple. Like,
yeah.
Like, like, bro, like, what do I get out of hitting you, bro? You mad drunk, like, get the fuck out my fucking face, bro. I'm gonna really knock you all the way the fuck out type shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but I didn't know any of this. I just had seen a little small altercation inside and security grabbed Q. So I didn't know what was going on. So by the time I went outside and I saw them back and forth again for a second time, I didn't know what was going on. I just ran up on the dude, grabbed him, and threw him. And it happened to be like a half bricks, half bush type of thing that was in front of the venue. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I threw him over the bushes and onto the sidewalk, and the cops were like all over the sidewalk. And I just had no clue. I just ran. I blindly ran and grabbed the nigga and threw him. So the cops saw me throw him. So immediately they run up on me. They cuff me. You know, so I start reneging like, nah, man, it wasn't me. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. And they're like, nigga, we just saw you. Like, what are you talking about? And then, yeah, Weezy came outside, started barking crazy. Hey, let him go. Let him go. He's from fucking America. He's an artist. He came here to fucking work. This is bullshit. He didn't do nothing. You can check the fucking cameras. Let him go. Bugging on him, like, and they, you know, they literally let me go. He barked on me too that night because I was outside still. After they let me go, I was outside. I'm talking to niggas and shit. This nigga's like, Cityy, what the fuck, nigga? Go inside. Like, you know what I mean? Like, nigga, you don't read the room. Nigga, go in the fucking nah, bro. Ran inside and shit, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to Weezy, man. That's a real one. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, that was the day Disaster dressed as the Avatar when he battled Dumbfounded.
Oh, okay. Damn, that was a big card.
Yeah, that was day 2 though. Day 3 was the battle I battled, you know, actually battled Shotty P on. You know what I'm saying? So that was
okay. So all right, you got about what 1, 2, 3, 4. You got 4 GZ joints. When do they start bringing you into the fold for real, and really start putting you on King of the Dot like the bigger cards?
They never really did. You know what I'm saying? At that point, you know, even if you see 2 of my GZs, Chilla was the one that put me onto those 2 GZs, and this was at the point where like I stopped giving a fuck. Like, I didn't even care anymore. Like, they were offering me all types of crazy battles, and I was just saying no. Like, nah, I don't care. I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't want that. And then I just like left the scene kind of just because of so many like different politics and bullshit that I had to deal with, egos and like people being, you know how that shit is, like battle rappers and it started becoming like fans had opinions that mattered, and these fucking people that aren't even battling, this like third staff member was important all of a sudden, like the league owners, partners, best friend was important. He's acting all crazy in the room, and I'm like, bro, I'm not here for that, because I'm gonna be wilding. Like, I know this. I know myself enough to know like I'm gonna get in situations with people because of ego. You know what I'm saying? Like, back and forth, not just them, me too. Like, just because, you know what I mean? I know how that shit's gonna get. So like I really stopped going to events that I didn't battle at. You know what I'm saying? Which hampers you incredibly if you want to be a battle. You got to network. You got to be in places when you don't battle. You got to show face, shake hands, rub shoulders. Like, I stopped doing all that shit. You know what I'm saying?
So let me ask you, after the T-Top joint, you didn't have no convos with URL to get back on the PGs or nothing?
I felt slighted. I felt slighted, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? Because like I didn't answer those phone calls. I didn't answer those DMs. I felt slighted. I felt like, damn, like, why wouldn't y'all tell me I could rap forever? Why would you tell me there's 90 seconds?
Yeah.
What reason? What if you go, because if you watch the battle, bro, the nigga rap for like 3 minutes, 4 minutes.
Yeah. Oh no, I remember. I definitely remember that battle.
And shout out to T-Top. I mean, hey, he understood the assignment. You know what I'm saying? Like, it makes I get it now. I get it. But in that moment, I'm like, wow, y'all niggas really played me. Like, y'all set me up to fail because you gave me 90-second time limits, and I stuck to them. Trying to respect your brand, trying to respect your league. I stuck to this time limit, and then y'all niggas just let him rap forever. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
That's how I felt in the moment. Now, as I look back, I'm like, listen, just have as many raps as you possibly can, no matter what the situation.
Just go until they stop you type shit.
Yeah, have as many raps. Now I get that more, but at that time, like I said, I love the culture, you know what I'm saying? So I was trying to be more respectful to the league and what they had asked of me, you know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, so I felt slighted, so I didn't want to battle them, you know what I'm saying? Like, I battled gyms on iBattle. I could have battled gyms on URL. You know, and like there was opportunities for me to get to different places, but like, you know, like I said, bro, at that time I wasn't worried about networking. I wasn't worried about none of that shit. I didn't fucking care about none of that shit because and to a certain extent I never have, man. I never give a fuck about views. I don't know how many views. I don't know what my view count is. I don't know what my version says. I don't fucking care about that shit. That shit doesn't make me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I enjoy it. I love this shit, so I do it for that. You know what I'm saying? If my battle gets 500 views or my battle gets 100,000 views, I'm not going to share it either way. So, you know what I'm saying? Like,
oh, come on, Cityy. You got to promote your battles at least.
I'm just saying, like, this is the reality of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, even just more recently, like probably 2 years ago or a year ago, is when I even started doing what niggas do when they like clip a minute of a round and be like, look at this dope shit. I didn't even do that for 10 years. You know what I'm saying?
God, damn.
Like, I never gave a fuck about none of it. You know what I'm saying? So it's always been just about that underground feel, that, you know what I'm saying, that barbershop feel. That's always been that's what I love. That's the reason why I don't leave the game. You know what I'm saying? And you know, after the Dunch battle, man, it's like I feel so stupid because it's like I had 2 whole weeks, man. I could have prepared. You know what I'm saying? I other things take priority. I got no excuses. There's nothing in the world I could tell you was an excuse. Like, I had all the time I needed. I had everything was presented to me like on a silver platter. You know what I'm saying? And that's the shit that makes you sit back and say, all right, you got to question how much you love this shit and how much you are gonna dedicate your time into it and really like respect the game. Cause like I said, I respect the game. So like I respect the niggas that like A-Ward. I don't think A-Ward's that great of a rapper. That's just my personal opinion. But I think A-Ward is a ridiculously hard worker. And he is incredibly creative. And he takes those 2 things and lets those 2 things make him a great rapper. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I mean to say. It's not shade the A-Word. I'm saying, like, if I tell you, I can tell you maybe 50 people that I think are better.
You know, somebody gonna clip this and they just gonna put that part.
They had that. It's just my reality. This is what I'm, you know, this is my personal opinion. And Mike P is another one. I'm saying there's a couple rappers that I don't think have the best pen. Like, I could tell you 50 niggas that write better than them, in my opinion. But their diligence, their hard work, their effort, the you know what I'm saying, that what they put into it makes them what they are. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I lack. I could be incredibly talented. I could be incredible with the pen. I could come up with some wild, clever things. And you could give me all the accolades and flowers in the world. But at the end of the day, if you're not putting that perseverance and that energy behind it constantly every day, when you don't want to, when it's difficult to do, if you're not waking up early, if you're not staying up late, if you're not drinking water, not drinking, chilling with niggas, not, you know what I'm saying? If you're not taking all those sacrifices, eventually it's going to catch up to you. You know what I'm saying? So that's where
they say that hard work beats talent. You know, like that's just like with hip hop. All the trash niggas are popping because they working hard. They might be trash, but they being in all the spots they need to in order to get their shit heard and find a little bit of people that are gonna fuck with them.
Exactly. And that's why you don't catch me on these interviews being like, this nigga whack or that nigga's this or this nigga's that. At the end of the day, man, everybody that's like, there's very few people in battle rap that everything was handed to. There's very few of them. There's a couple niggas that's like that.
Definitely.
You know, a couple niggas that is like that, and a couple niggas that just don't, they can never be wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, their fans are just gonna defend them regardless. You know what I'm saying? That's with any
surf.
But you know, there's a couple of them. And like I said,
definitely
handed it because of who they are, who they knew, or how long they've been in the game, or whatever it is. But many, or I'll probably say most of the niggas that are notable in battle rap, they put themselves there, man. They busted their ass. They took risks. You know what I'm saying? They gave great performances. They are entertaining. They've networked. They've done all those necessary steps to get to where they are. That's why I've never been a nigga that been like, oh, I'm not appreciated. The game is whack, or, you know, oh, it's all politics. You don't see me on the internet talking like that, because I take all the credit for the reason why I didn't blow. I didn't blow because I was fucking lazy. I didn't blow because I was arrogant and I'm being fucking rude all the time to everybody. Bro, one of the niggas that judged my battle with Dunch, 2 battles before that, he judged me and I told him to suck his mother's dick with his father's mouth. Why would I had to like come back like 4 days later, like, yo, I just want to apologize. Like, obviously that was ridiculous. You know what I mean? And at this point, I'm 31 and I'm much more filtered than I was when I came in the game. So it's like, even though I'm more mature and I'm, you know, trying my best to change certain things about myself, there's still that portion of you know what I mean? The roots that, you know, that 15-year-old kid that had his own apartment in his car, and that little, you know what I'm saying? That
shit, I feel like I might have tried to book you one time and you might have got a little bit crazy on the inbox. I don't know.
Yeah, bro. I apologize, man. Because that's how I was. You know, that's how I wasn't all. And the thing is, like, a lot of people would be like, yo, what the fuck is this nigga? And then they'll see me in real life and be like, oh shit, he's always like that? Like, all the time? Oh, he's always acting like the fuck. Nobody shot this nigga yet? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
we don't want that. We definitely don't want that.
Yeah, man. I mean, hopefully not. You know what I'm saying? I don't need I don't need nobody to, you know, shoot me and then I might have to be in the thing saying it was lush and avocado. That's saying.
Oh my God.
You did good. You did good on that one.
Nah, what you know it's crazy, and what I get from you, you know, from speaking to you now, like you definitely have a good vibe about you. Like you seem like a real genuine person. But I can tell you from the outside looking in at the time, you definitely seem like somebody who was like unapproachable, can't really have a conversation with because you don't know how you're gonna respond, and you know that kind of shit. So, you know.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I don't know. I can't tell you why it was, man. But like when I was younger, man, I was just always ready to die, bro. I didn't care. You know what I'm saying? Like it was
The
like
Napoleon complex.
Yeah, I don't even think. I mean, I'm sure that plays a part of it, but I don't even think it was so much that. It's like I ain't have nothing, man. You know, now I got kids, man. I got. You know what I mean? I'm in a good place. Like I got money in my bank. I got a beautiful woman. You know what I'm saying? Like I have more. Like you know what I'm saying? I got a better and stronger relationship with my family, with my mother, that I didn't have the best relationship at that time with. You know what I'm saying? I got shit to lose. And back then I just didn't. You know what I'm saying? All I had was my fucking balls and my pride. And it was like anybody that close to touch them, it was like, fuck that. I'm not taking nothing. I'm not tolerating none of this shit. Like sliding. Nothing is slide. All I got is my balls, my nigga. Fuck these niggas. Not hell no. I don't give a fuck who it is. It's us, it's not them. Like it was always like that. So now that I've, you know, seen so much and I've lost so many people, you know what I'm saying? And like I seen, you know, niggas I love lose their life over fucking pride, over dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? And just like all the shit that I've seen and all the shit that I've gotten away from. You know what I'm saying? Shit that I like that I look back and be like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm alive. I can't believe I got through that. That's crazy as fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like those you reflect back and you just think like, man, like what's worth it? What's worth what? You know what I'm saying? That's one of the reasons why I called Prezi. You know what I'm saying? It's like I don't want to have that. I don't want nobody in the world to look at me like anything more than who I actually am and who I want to be. You know what I'm saying? Like if you don't like me for that, then cool, then that is what it is. But I want to be able to be myself and people to decide it off that, not just a version of myself or a portion of myself that you might have seen that day because I wasn't the best me.
Yeah. Okay. So the season, right? This is the first time you're actually being put on like a King of the Dot main stage type of situation. So how does this come about? Like who called you and told you what was up?
Gully called me, and I was actually the very, very last person put into the season. So yeah, that's a fact. So I'm pretty sure it was one of those situations where either somebody like backed out and it was like last minute, or it was like, you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure it was one of those type of situations. And, you know, Gully told me like, yo, listen, man, we had other people we wanted to put here and other people that we wanted to call. But the reason why we decided to go with you is because of what you did this year. Like, just like, you know, you've been slacking for like some time or whatever, but like the focus that you've had this year and what you brought to the table and the battles that you've had and your battle with the Saurus, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, listen, the Saurus could be, you know, washed up. Some people say he's washed up. Some people say whatever it is. But at the end of the day, in my path and his path, there was nobody on the planet that watched that flyer go up and thought, oh, City's going to win. Nobody thought that, period, because of what I've shown, what I've given you for the last 3 years, 4 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, performances, the lack of performances, choking, fucking up rounds, not giving a fuck, you know, just the bullshit I've done. So, and I knew that. I knew that was like, it was important for me to win that battle. And I actually put a lot of fucking time and effort into that battle. I had 6 rounds going into that battle. You know what I'm saying? I had rounds to switch out just in case he came at me a certain way. I was going to switch it to a different round. You know what I'm saying? So, and you know, they just commented on that, like, you know, like that shit was really dope. We think that your whole branding and marketing of the greatest comeback in battle rap history was really dope. It was something different that we never saw nobody do. You know, the noise and the buzz that you put together, we feel like you deserve the chance to, you know, get on a stage and do something that's, you know, meaningful. You know what I'm saying? So they gave me the shot to do it. And like, you know, like I said on that phone, like I said in my last interview, I'm wild grateful. You know, I'm super duper grateful for the opportunity. Then now, you know, so even with all the
let me ask you this, because and this is something I want to ask, you know, a lot of different battle rappers. With the season, right? Was it explained to you up front how the point system and judging was going to go?
Yeah, several times. Because I asked, I'm an analytical nigga, bro. I'm not the type of nigga to be like, all right, Like, if I don't get it, I'm be like, all right, explain that again. You know what I'm saying? So, like, the first time I heard it, I didn't get it. And I'm a big boxing fan. So when, they started explaining it to me more like boxing rules. And so it helped me to understand it. But yeah, they made it very clear, that it's by points. You could win one round and, lose two and still win the battle. You could, be 2-1 or even 1-2 in record, and somebody could be 3-0 in record, and you could have more points than them, and you could get to the playoffs and they wouldn't. Like, they explained all that shit to me up front.
Okay.
I can't speak for anybody else, but for me, yeah, they told me that shit.
Because that I feel like that makes a huge difference, because I know there's people that they got in the situation and then they just act like, where did this come from? As if it wasn't, explained beforehand. So that was why I wanted to ask you about that.
I mean, a lot of this shit is like the first time they've done anything like this or remotely like this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Battle rap history. So, like, it's gonna come with some hiccups. It's gonna come with some, bullshit. Like when I battled Danger Zone, and every person that judged that battle had it 2-1, one way or the other, except for one of the judges, which is the reason why I was disrespectful with him. He had me losing 3-0, and a comment that he made was, like, one of the comments he made was like, what was it? For the sake of time, because I can't remember the comment, I'm gonna go to the second judge, which is Showtime P. Showtime P said, yo, I saw Danger Zone battle yesterday. That's crazy. He's battling today again. That's wild, man. Like, much respect. And then I thought to myself, damn, he doesn't know this is pre-recorded, or did he not watch last week's episode where Lush was wearing the exact same clothes? Like, so you factor in, you trying to give this nigga credit for battling 2 days in a row, but he didn't. You know what I'm saying? So, like, little things about the judging, like, threw me off. I'm like, bro, this doesn't factor into three rounds, two people rapping against. Like, saying that somebody battled back to back, that shit doesn't matter.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. And Showtime, my guy, but I agree. If you're talking about judging this specific battle, everything else outside of it, whether you battled the day before, the hour before, you're judging this battle. So
that goes out the window. You know what I'm saying? Which is why, like, I told anybody that asked me, I told them, man, like, I can't beat Dunch in King of the Dot in the season. There's no way. I could beat him clearly, lose that battle. There's no way I'm gonna win it because they love him. Like it's just that simple. Like, I'm gonna lose. I lost the fan vote 94-6, bro. Like 3-0, 94-6. Like, boom. Like, everybody, he lost every round. He destroyed him. Like, I knew that was a battle from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to my brother, man. I'm happy they love him, man. That's a beautiful thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm happy they love him. It's not against him, but that I knew that was an uphill battle. So, like, certain things about the judging I wasn't feeling. Certain things about the judging I thought was corny. Oh, that's what it was. The nigga says, the nigga from Champions, his name is Mark. I don't know his rap name.
Oh, Mark. Okay.
But he said when because Danger Zone did a fake choke in our battle. So he was like, yo, when he started choking, I was like, oh no, how do I score this round now? Like, how do you score this round, nigga? If somebody chokes, then you score it appropriately. You score it for the other nigga to win the round. Like, so comments like that make me think, like, damn, so you didn't want to give me the round. You know what I'm saying? Like, you for the choke, you wanted him to win the round. Like, that's things like that start. When the first comment you hear in the judging is Danger Zone, Danger Zone, Danger Zone. It's like, bro, like, you a judge, bro. You're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to be over here like, my God, I love me some Danger Zone. Like, you can't do that shit, bro. You a judge. You're supposed to be unbiased. Like, if you're going to be a judge, you have to look at it from a perspective of, okay, these 3 rounds in this time period, who rap better, who had better performance, who had better cadence, whose speed, whose was digestible, who was all the things that factor into a battle between two people without worrying about name, legacy, or anything else that has to do with, like, that's those things that I had a problem with judging. But
because it comes off like those outside things are influencing their opinion on this particular battle.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, like, little things like that, like that. I just, just certain shit that bothered me about the judging system. Like when they gave Danger the battle with me, how they always have the little flyer with one line from the battle. The line that they chose of his, which I didn't think was his best line, but the line that he chose was something that Bricks Belby said to me 8 years ago. So how can you judge me? How can you make a poster and say this is the dopest line when you're not a student of the game? You haven't even watched these people's battles that are in this season to know their style, to know what the best of them is, the worst of them is. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just walking in and being like, all right, yo, by the way, here's a paper in the pad, man. Judge this. This is the system. Use it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it felt that to me, and I know it felt like that to other people as well. But little things like that bothered me. But as far as like King of the Dot and them being transparent about everything, payment, how payment was going to work, you know what I'm saying? How the system was going to work, how you qualify, what you needed to do, all of that was explained to me up front.
Okay. Okay. So, I mean, shit, if they call you back for a season 2, what's up?
I got a battle in December in iBattle. You know, I took that for the cult, for the people. 2022, man, I got to digest what I want to do, because I don't want to be here if I'm half here. You know what I'm saying? If I'm here, I want to be here and enjoy it. I want to give the people what they deserve. There's a lot of battle rappers out, a lot of people hungry. I'm not just trying to be here because I have a name or because niggas know me or because people I have fans. I'm not trying to do none of that shit. I want to be here because I'm enjoying it and I'm giving you the best quality content I could provide you. So if I feel that way, because I love this shit, if I feel like I could give my best, then absolutely I would say yes. If I didn't feel like I could give my best and give the fans what they deserve, then I would say no. That's the best answer I got.
Okay. Okay. Can you it's the battle that you got in December, is it public or
Nah, it's not public yet.
okay.
All I can tell you is one of the up and comers. You know, iBattle builds talent from within. They're incredible.
Definitely.
The up and comers. And I want, you know, he's only had one battle that was really significant against a significant opponent. And I wanted to be able to give a chance for him to get somebody that's experienced, seasoned, without having to worry about budget. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, throwing a couple $1,000s for a name. When I'm home team, I'll go over there and just battle because I love you. You know,
Yeah.
I love y'all, so I'll just go over there and just spark me up, and you know what I mean, make sure I got drinks all night, and I'll just walk in and battle the nigga for the love of it. So, you know, just to give him a shot and give him, you know, something to put on his resume and stand in front of somebody that's gonna test his pen in a different way, and he's gonna have to step out the format that he's been in. You know, I took that battle for that reason, and then like I said, January we gonna sit down. And we gonna figure it out. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing this shit for nothing but the love of it, man. Trust me.
Yeah.
I said in every interview, bro, that $100,000 doesn't do shit to me. It does not. You know, it's a beautiful thing. It helps me invest and continue what I already got going and make it bigger, faster. You know what I'm saying? But that $100,000 does not affect me in any fucking facet. It just does not. That was not my motivation at all. I came here because I wanted to. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Okay. Well, shit, man. Definitely want to give you your flowers because you're one of the people who've been around for a minute. You still staying consistent and you still showing that you can give quality material even after all this time. Like, even though you might not be the best at being 1,000% prepared, the material, in my personal opinion, is still good. And we see all these guys that come in, and by this time of the game, they washed. They showing up half-assed. They probably getting some of the biggest paychecks in battle rap and aren't giving quality performances.
Yeah.
You know, and you still doing it even at, you know, as long as you've been in. So definitely salute to you for that.
Yeah, I appreciate you, man. Like I said, man, I really do love it, man. It's like it doesn't hamper me to write. You know what I mean? It hampers me to prepare, to like, you know, continue and practice and you know, do all the shit that's important. You know, like any battle rapper will tell you that if you really, really prepared, you hate your material. You've rapped it so many fucking times.
Rapped it a million times. You just tired of it.
Edited it, you changed it, you moved this, you did that, you've done so much that you hate your fucking material, and it's like it's hard for me to get to that point. You know what I mean? Sometimes, but like, you know, I'm gonna give you dope material because I love rap. You know, I'm doing this since I was 8 years old. You know what I'm saying? So it's like this shit has opened doors for me. I've been able to travel across the country, other countries. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm grateful for everything that picking the pen up has been able to do for me. So, you know what I mean? That's why I said, like, if I'm not gonna respect the game, I'm gonna step out of it. That's just how I am. I'm not the nigga that's gonna rap until 50 because he just wants limelight. I don't give a fuck about limelight. I never have. I'm never gonna. You know, I wish sometimes I wish I did so I could just be different in certain facets, but I just don't care about that shit. I love this shit so much, and we gonna see where that motherfucker take me. You know what I mean?
Okay, well, shit. Give them all your social media. Tell them where they can reach you at.
Yo, at Cityy Towers, man. 2 Y's. Cityy Towers. You know, citytowers.com. Go cop a sweater, cop a shirt. We about to drop another shirt probably in a week. You know, so I already got the design team already sent it up. We about to drop another shirt in like a week. You know, citytowers.com, man. You know what I'm saying? Watch my battle. Subscribe to the iBattle app. You know what I'm saying? I give out subscriptions every so often. Jump on the Twitter space. If you see me on the Twitter space, stay there, because I might just have an impulse and say I'm going to give away 10 subscriptions. You know what I mean? And subscribe to the app, man. You already know. C-Boy Rec Up Kid. Fly Girls Love Me. iBattle TV shit here.
All right, man. Appreciate you coming on, man. No Mercy, Trap New York shit, NoMercyTV.com. That was City Towers. We'll be at y'all soon, man. We out of here.
Yeah.